What's up there, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Derail Valley. So in the last couple of episodes we've been upgrading our locomotives with various lighting and gadget installations. That's been pretty fun. Today we're going to be recapping and kind of updating on that. I've changed a couple of things, and yeah guys, I'll be covering that. We're also going to take a look at the DH4 and get that sorted before hitting the tracks. So please do grab yourself a drink. Let's hit the rails. Right then guys, so first things first, you'll see over here we've got our wonderful DE2 and over here we've got our DE6 and Slug. So we had a very successful run of installations, I would say. We found out a little glitch as well which saved us a bit of money on soldering wires, so I'll share that with you if you didn't know about that already. And yeah, basically since the last episode I've just been editing videos. So today basically what we've got here is almost full R3 main locos and the Slug ready with the full customizations installed. And what I'm looking to do here is just to chat quickly and say, well, after the last episode I had a quick review, and I know you guys have probably mentioned these types of things in the comment section, but because my videos are produced in advance I don't get to see the comments. So yeah, this isn't unfortunately based on any comments, although if anybody said this type of thing as a recommendation, then I do appreciate it. But I felt as if the headlights were misaligned. So is where we would, in the last video, see these headlights pointing out a little bit more angular. So what I was aiming to do is to get sort of use the headlights to have like a surround sort of light. But these were sticking out diagonally, so what I had is headlights at the front. In fact, let me turn the headlights off in here, I'll show you better. Switch this off. Right. So what I had is, if you've seen it, then you'll know what I mean. But if you haven't seen it, then you won't. So what I had is, obviously the headlights on the train here, and then these lights that I'd installed were like out here. So I had like 1, 2, 3, and there was gaps of dark where that's not really much use, is it? So what I've done is moved the headlights round to angle them more inwards. So what I had to do there is obviously take off the light and the mount, fill the holes, put the mount on. So the mounts previously were down here. I've moved them up and angled them in a tiny bit more, drilled them, put the lights in, soldered them, and then crimped them. So look guys, I mean, I didn't want to make you sit through all that. That's what I'm saying. So I've done that with this side, I've done them with here, I've also done it with the DE6 and the Slug, so there shouldn't be any holes or anything left over. What you can do, by the way, is if you want to see what you've crimped and what you haven't crimped in case you've missed something, if you just hover the crimping tool over the switch that you've crimped it to, you can see there all the headlights are crimped to this switch, the beacon's crimped to this switch, and our 4 under train lights are crimped to that switch, and we've also got internal lights as well crimped to that switch. Now we might need to take that switch back, and I'll get to that in a sec. We don't have enough switches to complete our DH4 installation, so we're going to have to do that, probably using that switch. I've also got a label maker which I wanted to kind of go through like this basically, and install labels like there, for example. Now it's a bit, I don't like the misalignment in this game. Like, it's so easy, it gives you that much freedom to install stuff. There's a bit too many options. Like, so say for example, would we put the label there above or below? So let's say we wanted to put it below, and this is the headlights. So then we've got a label on it as well. Kind of similar to, it's exactly the same as what you see here for these already installed ones, but I would imagine these are done under the guise of coding and you can line them up perfectly, as where we are at the mercy of kind of just using our eyes. And it's difficult to tell. I mean, where's that? Do we have to duck down? I mean, the thing is, if we duck down, then you see it's behind the wire. So that one really is a bit odd, isn't it, putting that there? So maybe get rid of that one and go up here. But then this is like a whole new level of detail, you know. I guess if you come down here, you can see that that is out of line. And maybe that's the way we should have done it. And really, technically, that isn't lined up either. So it's like, where do you stop, you know? Like, if this snapped to grid, it would be a lot more helpful, wouldn't it? I don't even think that's quite aligned properly. I mean, it's better. I'm not going to do this for everything though, guys. This is kind of like examples. I'll probably just do this in my own time, you know? But I just kind of wanted to show you what I had in mind. And then under train, neon light, should we call it? Neon lights like a car. Nah. Under train. And then this one. This switch is actually, we're going to pull it out for the time being. Because we're going to need this for the DH4, which I've already said. But yeah. Started to repeat myself. So this switch operates these headlights. These headlights will be always on for the time being. Because we need this switch for the time being. So what I'll do is just find my filler. Just fill those. Because this switch was originally intended for the DH4 anyway, so I think we just got a bit extra. I mean, installing those lights, I would highly recommend putting some white lights in this DE2. The DE6 actually isn't too bad, but in the night, like, so for example, if they were off, which I can't switch them off now, but it's so dim in here in comparison, so yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. Right. Let's have a look at the DE6. So same situation with the lights, apart from a little bit more difficult to install the headlights exactly as I wanted. So what I've done is, where they were originally there, pointing outwards again, kind of there and there, you've got this air horn here, which makes it difficult to put the light facing more forward. So I've put them on the there, which is actually absolutely spot on. So there you go. We've got a nice, again, extra sort of, extra bit of light going on there now. And really, I'm hoping it, actually, I'm just worried for a tiny second here. If we turn those off, yeah, I mean, you can see the headlight there. Everything's pointing directly forward. Wow, look at that. Looks like an A-bomb's gone off or something. But yeah, if you pop up here, we can see here that those lights are pretty much facing forward. So those headlights are definitely making a difference there and improving the situation. But yeah, I'll put labels in for everything. Again, crimping tool, 2 lights there. We've got 2 beacons on this DE6. And then we've got however many under train lights it was. So I think there, if I count them right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, there was 8 in the middle and then 1 at either end. So yeah, 10. This isn't wired in. And I'm assuming that this isn't crimped in. And I'm assuming it doesn't need to be. The same way that this isn't crimped in, it doesn't need to be. Right, slug. So again, let's have a look. So what I'm going to do is wire in the headlights on this slug, because this was the last one that I wanted to do. So these currently aren't wired in, and the reason why I didn't do that is because I wanted to show you the little trick that you can do with this soldering wire. Now, I don't consider this a cheat. This is a glitch, and it works because I have used this time and time again now. I used it in the last episode, and I've proved it again in this episode. So what happens is, this soldering wire, you only have so much that you can store at any one time, and then you've got to go back to the shop. So this will save you going back and forth to the shop. You don't have a shop here in City South, so that's not useful, is it? So you've only got a certain supply of soldering wire. I think it's like 19 reels or something. And if you're installing tons of lights, you need soldering wire for lights, switches, and gadgets. So it's, you know, it's not a it's not fair to say, oh well, you've got to go back and forth to the shop. I don't think so. This glitch works. So basically, you hover over the light, and it might work with switches this, but it's a little bit difficult to perfect because what you're looking for here is when the light lights up, right? So you hover over, hold the mouse button down, and the second that it lights up, you take your mouse off. Take your finger off the mouse. And there we go. So I've soldered that in. I've got the same amount on the reel, and in fact if I left click now, it drops it or it reloads it. So it's now reloaded with a full reel. Sometimes it'll drop it like it did there. Sometimes it'll just respawn the full reel of wire on there without you needing to do anything else. So I don't consider that a cheat. Yes, it might save a little bit of money, but it doesn't cost a great deal anyway, soldering wire. It's more the expense of time going back and forth and just labour intensive travelling. Even if you're fast travelling, it obviously still takes time. So save you a bit of time with that anyway. So we need to crimp these ones in. And I've put the switches for the slug lights here. Right, so those headlights are now crimped in. So if we turn that off, they're off. Yeah, that's the normal lights that are lighting that there. Flashing lights. Intense flashing, and then... yeah. Just looked like there was only pointing on one side there, but it's probably just where I am. If we stand there, maybe. There we go, that's a bit better. So, yeah, beacon. Off. It's hard to see because the DE6 one's on, but yeah, that's on now. And then under train lighting, which we put on the slug as well. And again, same. So if we hop back up again with the crimper, 2 there, and that should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Right, so all is good with our DE6 DE2 combo. That's sorted. Now, all that's left is the DH4. So I don't want to make this massive labour intensive thing, but so there's only 4 under train lights to go in. We've got our couple of switches there, and we've got we need 2 of these, and I think if I remember rightly, I thought we had the bars already. I'll tell you what, we'll utilise the toolbox for some of this. Just to give us a bit more space. Right, the toolbox is full. So we'll get 4 bars. We're going to have to get the headlights separately. I also want to put this in. And this. Yeah, we're going to have to do that afterwards. So let's start with the under train. I'll try and do this as quickly as possible. I appreciate, guys, it's been... hold on a sec. That's the DE2. Wow. The other thing I wanted to mention, by the way, if you're wondering why I am not utilising the bays right next to the tool shed, it's basically because I just wanted these locos to be in their right lanes. It's a personal thing. So you don't have to do that. You can put them into the lane by the tool shed if you want. This loco's a little bit far forward, so I can't quite see. So what I'm going to do is just move it back a tiny bit, because I think that'll be helpful to me. We'll put all the lights on and everything. Again, it's quite dingy in here, so technically we could throw in another couple of lights, although they're going to be on the sides as opposed to on the ceiling, because the ceiling's a little bit not quite the right shape. So that should be a bit better. Great. Right then, so where can this possibly go? So I don't want it facing like that. I want it underneath. So there. Yeah, I guess so. Do we have a lantern? Yeah, we can see a bit better with that. Well, a little bit better. Right, okay. Anyway, enough fooling around. Let's get this in here. One. We'll do the rear one just to make it match. I won't bother with the lantern. Won't bother bringing the lantern down here. And we're just going to put. Actually, we've got slots for 6 there. Got 6 slots for 6 underfloor lights. It's 4 down the sides. What's this one? Yellow. Is that all we've got left? Might look a bit weird with yellow, like. Right, what have they got? White lights. So we could get 2 of those if we wanted to put them on the front and back as per the original plan. Or where's the blue ones? There they are. Blue, we can get up to 6 of those. Same price. White or blue? Well, I think the under-train lighting, I don't think the white lights under there make much of an impact. So what I'm going to do is get 2 blue. Can I afford 2 white? So that's 12,000. We are really on the knocker here. What else was I thinking about there? I was thinking about something else and I can't remember what it is now. I think we're sorted. I think we'll be fine. Right, 12,000. There we go. I love the way they've spawned in like that. That's fantastic. Right, let's do this last installation. I also had a read actually about the dumpsters because I've just noticed one there next to the station office, and apparently so the dumpsters are only good for dumping jobs that you want to dispose of, that you want to abandon. They'll go in there, and also items that you want to abandon for some reason. So say you wanted to dump this in there, you could dump it in. Don't know why you'd want to do that, and as soon as you move 200 meters away, it then despawns. Don't know why you'd want to do that as opposed to put like paint cans in there or something, but apparently it's not like just for rubbish. Rubbish goes in the bins, like for example, not that one, this one, that's a bin. So yeah, weird, eh? Weird design choice there in my opinion, but yeah. DH4, right, yeah, I've bought some white lights. They're going to go inside the cab. Right. Let's just put these ones in quickly. So I've messed up my order of doing things a little bit here because I should have put the other ones down the sides. The other thing is, we can't actually, the game won't let us buy any more normal rails, so we've got to use these ones with the small base. So originally I was only going to use these ones with a small base at the front and back of each loco. Right, so that's those front and back ones in. From now on, what I'm going to do is put all my mounts in. I'm going to put all of my mounts inside and out. Oh, it won't let me put one there. So it's only going to let me put these here. won't let me put them anywhere there. Well, that was an unnecessary trip then. But anyway, how much money have we got? £574 dollars. That is the lowest that we've been, isn't it? We're going to have to make some money, guys. We're in danger zone. Right. That is low to the ground, that, isn't it? Does it even have the clearance to put lights there? Like ground clearance? So I've ended up with more lights than what I need now. Because I was pretty sure it was going to let us mount them on those bogey bits. Right, is that actually even going to let us put the lights there? So it will, but that's low to the ground. There's not much ground clearance there, is it? I thought it was going to let us put them on there, but anyway. Right, let's put all of our... Like I said, we'll do everything kind of like together now to make it quicker. So once I've got the drill in my hand, I'll be using it exclusively. In fact, this is a really good place for a beacon. It's kind of on its own. Toolbox. Didn't bring a mount for the beacon. This is why it's a great idea to put the locos right next to the tool shed, guys. Right, let's go and get the other beacon. Let's go and get the other... Well, we need the beacon as well, actually. There we go. But we need another mount for switches. We're also going to have to then go back and get the... Is it raining? It started raining. We're then going to have to go back and get the headlights. Right, where on earth are these lights going to go here? These switches? Are they going to fit there? Will they fit there? Right, if I duck down, that looks a bit big, doesn't it? Well, it will fit there though. Right, okay, fine. We'll put it there. In fact, that's a great place to put it because you can actually tell whether it's lined up or not. Roughly. Right, let's drill these. I did say I was going to do my drilling all together and I forgot about the top stuff. I forgot about the headlights. We'll do those last though. Right, switches. Right, this is the under train switch and headlight switch and beacon switch. So yeah, they look pretty good there, to be fair. All of those need to be soldered. So that actually lit up there. So yeah, I'm able to use my glitch again. Although that's now empty, that one. So it didn't quite work the same. And is that even in? Yeah, it is. Right, man, we need to get them out of the cab. I'm just obsessed with getting these out of the cab. Right, okay. Right, we'll screwdriver these in. What? Are you joking? Well, why did it let us place them? Hold on. Right, hang on. There seems to be a sweet spot there. You can't drill there. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? So holding the mouse button down and hovering over the various areas is allowing me to drill it even though it's saying I can't. Well, it's going in, guys. It's going in one way or another. Hopefully our train won't catch on something. I don't know what the results of this is going to be. Right, they're going to be pretty low to the ground, those lights, aren't they? They are, but I guess whatever. Whatever, man. Right, let's solder those in. So yeah, so just do think that the glitch is worth doing. Like, I mean, it's programmed in. There we go. There we go, they're in. Right, next. Beacon. There we go, she's working. Right, next up, headlights. So we're not going to be using those. If anything, we're going to put white lights inside. What else do we need? So we need headlights. We need these gadgets. We need 4 of these, which we've got for the headlights. I think we're full there. And then for the switch setter, I think one of these will do. So I think for the switch setter, I think this needs to go on the edge. Right, yeah. So that'll go in like that. Or we could use a medium. So it'll go in with a medium as well. So yeah, we'll grab one of those actually, as opposed to this. And we put this in with a large, didn't we, last time? Will it go in with a medium? It will. So we've got everything we need there, I think, but again, we'll have to come back. Our lantern's been put back in here for some reason. Right, okay. Does it need to be a little bit more outward? Like maybe like there? Because if you think these three are covering quite a decent span there. We'll put them there, and if we need to change them, we can. Right, there we go. And what we now want to do is put these in. So shall we see how that one looks? I mean, we've already drilled the holes and everything for the mounts, but yeah, so that's actually bang on. Next. Wow, that is quite strong, isn't it? Right, so we've got 4 in there, 1 there, and 4 in there. All good. And those headlights are looking fantastic, actually. They're really lighting up the area, so fantastic. Obviously, we'll all show a bit more once we get outside, won't it? And get into some work, especially in the dark. Right. Last 2 things then are... Well, actually, we've got a couple of things, haven't we? We want to put some more lights in here. So, it is quite dingy in here. So, where do we want to put these? So, it won't let us put them on the ceiling. Unless we put them here, more central. Wow. So, it'll let us mount them on here. That looks pretty horrible, like. I think it looks pretty bad. We could have got some of those medium mounting strips as well. Wow, that is loud. So yeah, we could have got some of those medium mounting strips, which we didn't actually try any of. Just to give them a go. Instead of these long ones. That could have been an option. Not too sure I'm a fan of these ones. It's not really overhead, is it? But it'll help light up the place. Yeah, I mean, if we look at that side, it is more lit than compared with this side. Yeah, it's definitely more lit. Not too sure whether I like that though, but anyway. Right, lastly then, these things. So, I think I put the mounts in here. So, switch setter. Will it let us put it there? So somebody recommended the switch setter. Not enough space there then, I think. Eh? Why has he put it on the... That's odd. It's kind of disappeared. Okay, well, that's worked. Right, so we will get into this. I was hoping it was going to light up. Does it need to be switched on? I guess you need to be facing a switch, or I hope it doesn't need its own switch, because that would be... I doubt it would, though. Right, let's grab this one. So, the other thing is our derail notification thing, which I don't think we need in front of us. It makes a big loud beeping noise. But will it go there? It will. Right, just checking that that's properly wired in. Yes, it is with the green light. That's now on. That's now used. So yeah. Right, guys, I think that's it. I hope I haven't missed anything. But I think we're fully lit. And it's a dark thunderstorm. We'll see what's going where, and then we can determine where we're going, because we need some money. We're basically dead on cash at the moment. Right, freight haul goods factory, 15,000. These are all shunting jobs. And steel mill run for 12. I was hoping for one to harbour. The only one going to harbour is like 4.5. Just 3 cars. Obviously, harbour's where the money's at, isn't it? Steel mill's okay, but I think we'll just do this one to harbour because we want the money. So it's a 3-car pickup. These 3 here, which actually happen to be hidden behind something else. 97. So we'll let the DE2 do its thing. The DE2 is actually stuck where it is at the moment, though, because this DE6 is slightly too far forward. So what we'll do is push back here. We haven't got a parking brake on. Yeah, we'll get the DE2 out first. And then we'll pull... we can either pull a couple of trains out or we can spawn them out. Say that so easily, but we don't have the money to do so. So, yeah. We'll just keep running costs to the minimum. So we'll rotate this while she's moving, which the game doesn't always like, to be fair. Yeah, sometimes it tends to think, like it was there, that you're turning too fast. Yeah, the lights on the loco don't really help with the lack of visibility here, does it? But it will do when she comes down here. Here she is, you can see her a mile away. Whoa, hold on. Don't wheel slide. Dude, we were going a little fast, to be fair. Please stop. We were going 60, to be fair, so... Come on, stop. I think she's stopping. She stopped before the buffer, so just a load of wheel damage there. Nothing too much to complain about. Yeah, just because you've got neon lights under the car doesn't mean that you can start driving it like a souped up street racer. She is a loco after all. That's a bit more sensible, isn't it? So those headlights are even lighting up here. So 3 cars in front, which is with 3 cars in the way. Fantastic. No, not again. Don't want any slippage, man. Right, they can wait there while we get the rest of our locos. I will pay with the DE2 now for a sec. And get all this lot hooked up together. There we go. Right, next up then, we'll just shift her into neutral, fire her off, we'll cut that out. I also think, if I can actually even speak, we'll get that sorted like that, cut that out, put her in neutral. Lastly, before I forget, I'll just repair this one. And to be fair, now that everything's hooked up, this should match. And it appeared on the remote as if it didn't, but it should now. Everything should be functioning together. So let's go and validate our order and hit harbour. These are only empty, so shouldn't be any problem. It's just for a bit of money, really. Uncouple at G1S. Okay. We're going to G1S. We'll probably use the DE2 for the shunt, which is what she's there for. So here we go. Yeah, I was just having a quick read on the switch setter, so it should pick up without any further. I think we've done everything we need to. Wow, the the DE6 and the Slug, such a variety of colours. It's like, reminds me of one of those rocket lollies, like the colours there. Right, what we don't have is any normal headlights on. I guess we don't need them with all the rest of the stuff that we've got on here. Wow, like that is so bright under those white lights. Yeah, these are too bright, these lights. They're useful, but they're a bit bright. So it's on max detection range. I guess we'll see what happens when we're approaching a switch that splits in front of us then. Because we are coming up on one. We can see harbour over there. Not entirely too sure how far 300 meters is in the game, but I'm assuming that's 300 meters now. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go, it's working. So we hit the 300 meter mark. So we're outside the range of 150. Abs must be absolute, right? Relative or absolute? I'll keep it on 300 meters. Wow, look at that. That looks amazing, to be fair. I don't know, it's a bit too colourful, isn't it? It's like... yeah, I don't know, I'm not too sure about the DE6 and the Slug. because they've got 3 different colours in red, orange and yellow. Whoa, hold on. Yeah, we've got a 40 limit down here, so... we'll be able to utilise this actually coming up here, because I think the switch will still be set to go into the service area and we want to be in G. So there we go, it's telling us we want to go around to the left here, so that's absolutely bang on. Hopefully there's some high value jobs here, like military base type stuff. I'm just glad it let us validate this order without having to pay anything, but we don't have anything borrowed. We don't have any locos borrowed from Derail Valley at the moment, so we'll just switch that switch to the left there, which would be the next one coming up, which is the one, as I said, would have taken us into the service area. And I'll do the rest on here. So harbour. So again, there's a switch there. In fact, I'll leave it, it'll pick it up. Right, that is the one going into G, but I'm going to pull the first few locos past that. So when we've clicked that there, that one's now switched. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, it works quite well actually, it's quite good. See, highlights when switches are coming up, which I quite like. But yeah, I'm going to pull past this switch and have the rest, the DE2 and the 3 cars go into G. And then it's going to be G1. All good. Guy, come on, what is going on? Why does it always want to do that? Just let those go on. Actually, they might not be quite out the way there. Ah. Yeah, it's been a long episode, this one, guys, and I wasn't intending for it to be this long, but This is usually the thing, isn't it? Just needed to make sure that we had that money to carry us over. Didn't want to leave things as they were, so we'll get a bit of cash here, and then we're set up in harbour, ready to really start doing some business. Did I just attach them at point 3? That's happened before that. It's kind of ever so slightly frustrating. Right, let's go get paid, and then we've got some money in our wallet at least to start us off the next episode. So yeah, a little bit of cash, 7,000. So yeah, just to keep things ticking over really. We'll just check, make sure we've got no fees outstanding. Yeah, we'll also take a quick look at these jobs, and I want to see some high value stuff here. So just glancing over, this is the place to be really for money. There's one there, 44,000. Going to machine factory, so that type of thing is obviously what you're looking for really. We might need to do a bit of shunting to get some other jobs freed up. Iron ore mine west, in fact those two always go well together, and I'm sure there's oil well north as well there, which oil well north, Iron Mine West, Machine Factory. You can see how you kind of tie the stuff together. We've done it before, and I'll be excited to do it again if I can actually manage to not do that. So we've got a load and departure for Iron Ore Mine West as well there. So a shunter, which will then lead to a job going there. Another one, Iron Ore Mine West, 32,000. And then because we've got all the licenses unlocked, Goods Factory Town. I'll go through all these obviously, but because we've got all the licenses unlocked, we can also take military stuff, which is generally high value. So military base there, perfect, 177,000. Goods Factory Town military base, 23. Another military base for just cars, which, yeah, I wouldn't really take that. And then this is an offload, so yeah. So what I would probably do there is put together like these. Wouldn't bother with that one, because having extra cars going into military base, it's only a small area really, you know, comparatively. Take these two, a bunch, along with a bunch of other ones from the other station office, and we'll just pack our wallet with money basically, because what we have is still the S282 to fully restore and repaint and get on the track, and that is the last task really. Apart from then, just having a good time with the locos that we've got and waiting for the next update, which will introduce, at some point they're looking to introduce new locos, so that's going to be fun. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. You can see those locos from over here, fantastic, and you'll be able to see this one wherever it is there as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it guys. That was a thrill for me. It always is. It's great to hear from you guys in the comment section. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for up and coming videos, and please do take care of yourself. I'll catch you guys again soon.